First, look how cute my pajama set is. Like, adorable. It's new-ish. I got it a couple days ago. It makes me kind of feel like Victoria's Secret. Thrifted. I love thrifting. I thrift like everything. As you can see, I've got a huge clothing collection. Ignore my vacuum here. I've been doing some cleaning. I got some new things. I just got that new coat rack. I'm going to use it because I used to have one exactly like it, except slightly different, cooler brown color. But I got it just so that I use it to hang my purses on it. So next video, you'll see that with all my purses on it. And it will look super cute. Like, it's adorable when they're on there. And I also got these organizing bins for my drawers. Like, they're clear. I got like a bunch of them. Like, they come in different shapes and sizes. Because I'm just sick of like having drawers that are just like so messy and like I can't tell what's going on in there. Like, I've really been trying to get everything to be nice and organized in my life. Like, I feel like I've reached this point where it's like I know what I want to do with my life, but I know that I have a lot of steps to get there. And so it's hard to like think about what the exact steps I need to take are, because when I like think of things, it's almost like all jumbled. Like, I see all the things I have to do, but I don't know what order to do it in. I don't know what I should focus on. I don't know what's most important. So I kind of just jump around, like almost I feel like I'm playing like whack-a-mole. And that's why I'm trying to organize everything. Like, I don't know if you'll understand this correlation, but I feel like I've been trying to organize my space and keep it clean. I used to have this. I wish I could show you my room. Maybe I'll upload pictures or something later. But I used to have, like, I recently redid all my furniture because I really just want to feel like I have a fresh start, like that can have a clean, organized start. I used to have a canopy that was like black, and so when I'd lay in my bed I'd look up and it was like the stars underneath it, but I could like enclose myself and I would be separate from the rest of the room. But it made me realize that like subconsciously what was going on is like I felt like I had to hide to be safe, because you want to be safe when you're sleeping, and I wanted to be hidden when I'm sleeping, which makes me think somewhere along the lines of like my brain developing or like me deciding who I am, I decided that I have to hide in order to be safe. Like, I can't be seen if I want to be safe. So I got rid of that. Now my room is a lot brighter. I don't think I've ever had as light of colors before. Like, everything around my room is mostly white, and I've never had that vibe before, but I'm loving it. And with the furniture switch, so your brain makes correlations. Like, if you've ever read the book Atomic Habits, you'll know what I'm talking about, because that he explains it better than I ever could. James Clear was a genius when he wrote that book. Well, just in general, he was a genius, but that book was amazing. I recommend everyone reads it, like everyone on earth. Anyways, so I reorganized my furniture because your brain connects like different environments with different like behavioral patterns. Like, you won't even realize what's subconsciously encoded in you just based off your environment. Drug addicts. So back in when there were like in Vietnam, the military would do drugs. Like, they would do like get into drugs while they were in the army, but then when they went home, they would be able to get completely back to sober life and get clean. Why? Because all of the things that were going on in their life that triggered those brain patterns for them to take drugs was eliminated. They no longer had them around anymore. So with this new environment for me, like, it's like, even though it's still the same room, I've completely reorganized it and changed the energy of it. So it's like now I have the opportunity to rewrite what subconscious behaviors I have going on. Like, I've literally only had this room set up for like 48 hours. Yeah, 48 hours. But I'm loving it. I'm actually loving it. Like, I wish I could show you guys, but I really don't want to move my camera. So maybe I'll upload pictures. It's such a vibe. I still have a lot to do. I haven't actually finished organizing it, but the space is a lot more open, so I've been able to think a lot clearer. And I've started writing like to-do lists for myself, like little like chores and productive things that I want to get done the next day. Like I write these lists at night because with like these changes and me getting everything organized, my real goal is to be more productive and to start doing the things that I actually want to do. Like, start doing the things that I always tell myself, oh, I could be doing that, or I should be doing that, or if I did do that, I would be so successful, but then I'd never do it. I just think that. Like, I was watching a video, I can't remember his name right now, but I've watched a couple of his videos recently for the first time, and he's actually awesome. He was explaining to me, not in his video, he was talking about how a lot of the time when we realize we want to change, we say things like, oh yeah, I need to change that. I need to start doing this. But why are we talking about the changes we should make when we should just be the change? Just, it's instead of, yeah, I need to start going to the gym. You go to the gym. When the thought comes, you go. You're like, I want to be someone who goes to the gym. Become somebody who goes to the gym by going to the gym, not by sitting around and thinking about how you should be going to the gym and what it would help you with. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Because it's just like what he said is, I felt it was really powerful when he said, just be the change. Like, stop trying to change and be the change. Because if you need to change, then you need to change and you haven't changed yet. But if you were changed, once you're changed, you're changed. It's changed, it's done. And the way you perceive yourself really affects it. Like, if you think that you need time to learn how to do things, if you need time to become a different version of yourself, if you need time to like readjust your path when you've realized something about yourself, then you're wasting time. You can change like that. You can change like that. Have you ever dyed your hair? How long does that take? Like, you go, you dye it immediately and it's quick. You could think about dyeing your hair forever and maybe like sit around thinking about the different colors you could do. Or you could just dye your hair. And maybe you don't like the color you dye it, so you dye your hair again. What are you waiting for? Why are you thinking that there is this perfect moment that is going to make everything happen so flawlessly for you? Be the moment. Make that perfect moment now. Instead of saying, oh, I'm going to wait to know that it's a perfect moment, decide, no, this is the perfect moment because there's an opportunity in front of me. Every second where you're alive doing something is an opportunity. Every second where you are breathing air is a chance for you to take action in your life. Like, you have so many doors open and so many doors available. Even if you feel like you're someone who was dealt a bad deck of cards, don't you think there's someone who was dealt worse and grew more than you have? What makes you different from those who are succeeding? What makes you different from those who are billionaires? It's your mindset. It's the way you perceive yourself. It's the things that you think you're allowed to have, and it's the things that you think that you're not allowed to have. If you went and looked at yourself in the mirror, what do you see? I'm not talking about your looks. I'm not talking about like, oh, am I pretty or am I not? No. Who is that person? How would you describe them? What kind of job do they work? How do they think? What kind of activities do they do? What kind of person is this? And is that who you want to be? If you go and you look in the mirror and you say, this is somebody who is lazy and they don't have a lot of money, they're probably broke, why are you being that person? Change yourself. Choose to change right now. It can be as simple as saying, that is not what a broke person looks like. This is somebody who knows how to make money. And then you start making money. But if you have a hard time relating to that, change your wardrobe, change the way you dress, change your room, change your space, move to a different city, change your job. You can change anything, anything. The one thing you can't do is keep everything the same. So why don't you start changing things to make it serve your goals and your dreams rather than letting everything change around you while you're trying to keep it all the same? What serves you about keeping things the same? Don't you want to grow? Don't you want your resources to grow? Don't you want your finances to grow? Don't you want your social circles to grow? Don't you want your relationships to grow? Don't you want to be as good and happy as you could possibly be? What's stopping you? I'll tell you what's stopping you. It's your mindset. It's the way you perceive yourself. I want you to look in the mirror and say, who do you think you are? Like, who am I? Who do you see yourself as? What do you think you're going to achieve? A lot of the time, when we shoot for the stars, we fall in between somewhere here and there, right? If you're just aiming to be content, do you think you'll ever actually get there? If you're aiming for the bare minimum, you're not gonna, you have to shoot for the stars because you land in between here and there. If you're aiming to be content, you're gonna fall in between despair and contentment. And guess what? You're not content in the middle. Raise your standards. What do you expect from the people around you? What do you expect from your career? What do you expect from your finances? What do you expect from anything? Like, are you kidding me? How much do you make a month? Is that enough to afford your basic bills? Are you even covering your necessities? What are you aiming for? I don't know. This turned into quite like a spiral, but I just don't understand how people can go around life aiming for the bare minimum because you're not even going to get that if that's your goal. You should be aiming for the best. You should be aiming to be the smartest, the prettiest, the wealthiest, the most achieved, like the best of the best, because you'll never be the best at everything. But if you aim to be the best, you're going to be a hell of a lot closer than being average, than being below average, than being content. Do you want to be content or do you want to? But then on another note, contentment doesn't come from our externals. It really comes from how we feel. But the problem is those two things come hand in hand. If you're someone who, if you value yourself, then you're somebody who wants to have things of value around you. You're somebody who wants to feel like your time is valued, like your energy is valued, which means you're going to want people in your life who value you, which means you're going to want a job in your life that pays you more than enough to just live. You don't want to be making just enough to live and survive. You want to be making enough to feel supported, to feel like the sky's the limit. Like, if you want to go get that $12 coffee, okay, that won't put a dent in anything. That's nothing. If you want to take yourself and go buy a new dress for some date you're going on, go buy it. Go buy yourself a nice dress. Don't just get the cheapest, most affordable thing. Don't give yourself a limit like that. Get yourself something nice. What is nice to you? Is nice something where it's a $50 dress? Is nice a $100 dress? $1,000 dress? What is nice? What do you see as too much? And then how can you make that not be too much anymore? How can you look at that and say, that's not too much because I am going to start making this much? Like, if you're looking and you're like, a $50 dress is expensive, like, I don't want to spend my money on that. How can you change that to, oh, an $1,000 dress is expensive, but $50 is nothing? How can you do that? What expectations do you have to set for yourself in order to see a larger perspective? I feel like it comes down to how you perceive yourself. Are you someone who can spend money? Are you someone who is a slave to money? Are you someone who has financial opportunities? Are you someone who attracts opportunities? Who are you? Who are you? Describe yourself. Honestly, who are you? Are you depressed? Do you realize that you telling yourself you're depressed makes you depressed? Depression is real. Everything is as real as we make it. What are you making real? What is your reality? What are you choosing to believe about yourself? You know, there's this thing in society called it's like societal agree. I can't remember. It's like we all agree on things. Like we all agreed that the color of my hair is blonde. We all agreed the color of my outfit is pink. Who decided that? If I wanted to say this was red and I decided this color is red now forever, if I decided that I don't even think this color should be called red, I think it should be called blue or a dog. This is dog. This dog colored shirt. Who's to tell me that that's not true? Everyone would, because society decided on things together. But it's really hard for someone to decide, for every single person to decide what kind of person a single individual is. Who do you think has the most sway over that? Who do you think has the most presence in your life that will help you determine who you are? Now, if you thought of someone other than yourself, you need to take a hard, long thinking of why you think someone else has more sway over who you are than you do. But if you thought of yourself, then you're right. You decide who you are. You can go anywhere in life and you can't escape yourself. You will always be with yourself. But all the people who are in your life, even your parents, they could leave your life in an instant. Like, they have no sway over who you are. If you don't like who they think you are, change their opinion or leave them so they stop affecting you. And that might sound harsh or cold or whatever, and people might say I'm cold for that. But it's the truth. You want to be something and they're telling you you can't be that? Fine. Don't be a part of my life and watch me become it without you. When somebody no longer has any sway over your life, when they're no longer present in your life so they can't affect who you are, they have no choice but to expect, I almost said expect you to be who you say you are. When people aren't close enough to you to pass judgments, they are going to expect that you are who you say you are and they will accept it. So take as much space as you need from the people who make you feel like you're someone you don't want to be. You decide who you are. You decide who's in your life. You decide what's in your life. You decide what your limits are. You decide what your goal is. You decide what you're capable of. And don't let anyone let you think any different. Don't ever forget that. Because you can change the same way I changed my room in an instant, changed the whole vibe. Like everyone's telling me they don't recognize it. And one day, less than a day, like an hour, a couple hours, I don't know. You can change who you are. As long as you believe it and you know your truth, nothing anyone else says will ever matter. Because nobody knows you better than you do. So never forget that. I'm gonna go now, but thank you for watching my video. Thank you for being on my channel. And send me a picture of your cute pajamas since these are mine.